What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle, and welcome back to another episode of Closing Belle. And today, my friends, not only are we talking FIFA 21, hold on. We have the FIFA forecast. I have a special guest with Pugzilla. We got a little guest showdown. These have been very classic. They've been back and forth. They've been close. Come down to those last questions. And we're talking about overrated players, specifically team of the season. It's the end of the year. These were the guys you probably regretted buying. Let's get into the action. For this week's FIFA forecast, and I gotta admit, the weather is getting better. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, at least if we're talking East Coast. FIFA 21 content, it's available, it's being uploaded, game changers, all encompassing. And so my first impression, goalkeepers not saving anything. They look like they've been nerfed, but that might not be the case in the final version. I wanna challenge you. We're seeing a lot of high scoring affairs, responsiveness with the skill moves. Inevitable, undeniable. It's very clear that it's going to be better for chaining skill moves. Those combination plays that we desire, it'll be better in 21. I will say this, the game looks similar. And that might be because we're looking at current gen. And I have a feeling that EA's put more time into the future consoles. When we see the PS5 and the Xbox Series X launched, released, that we're going to see a much different game plan or programming regarding the future of the franchise. Today's main editorial, we're looking at the team of the season, revisiting, and I want to talk about overrated players. So these are guys that we might see frequently used, they're put into motion, but they didn't necessarily live up to the hype. And it's great that you have my opinion, but we need a secondary opinion. I've got my main man, Pugzilla. What's happening, my brother?
Yo, what's up, Mike? How are we doing today?
I am doing wonderful. How about yourself? What do you have going on right now? Do you have a hat on? Do you have the hair out? I can't see you. I'm just curious what we're dealing with.
I got the very Midwestern gamer look going on. I got the bed head with the plain great green t-shirt, you know, just rolled out of bed at a crispy 1 p.m. So just doing my thing, man. Let's talk about these most overrated players.
First guy on my list is actually going to be Antoine Griezmann, who got the big upgrade, but I just didn't prefer him because he didn't have the weak foot that was boosted or bumped when we saw his foot birthday. I was always gravitating more towards that foot item, so this dropped early on. There was some hype. He was more expensive, and then that price shifted. He went down. I think that a lot of people agreed with me, but you might have had bigger expectations. He's just not versatile enough.
Yeah, I feel like the physical boost on him was there. I mean, and that's what you're paying for when you go for him over the birthday, is that physical boost. But the predictability of the non-two-way go, along with the fact that the birthday item also boosted the physical to a level of, you know, it's good enough, you know. So I can see why that one made the list. How about this one from me? How about, I don't know if you tried to do that Sane objective, but they gave us that team of the season, Timo Werner. Dude, he was horrible for me. 4-star weak foot, and the left foot was like a 1-star left foot, and 3-star skills. Now, you may say, hey, Timo Werner, big-time signing for Chelsea. You know, he's a good card. The thing that I think makes the Timo Werner card so overrated is the one thing that he is what? A pace merchant. But, team of the season, everybody's got 99 pace. 99 pace isn't special. So his card falls back to the pack because that's all he's really got, really. So that was my number one card. What do you think about that one, Mike?
I think it's a good shout, actually. I didn't even think about bringing up Timo Werner, the burner, part of the Chelsea transfers. But you're right. He's more of a super sub at best. He's a little bit limited with not having those skill moves because he has a 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, correct?
Correct, yep. Yeah, he was really hard for me to use.
Well, also when you're dealing with somebody at that rating, when you see someone so high rated, your expectations increase, not only from a price point, but just your general experience. You're expecting something that's going to be top tier, and if you don't receive a top tier performance, you're saying, I got to move him.
Now, number 2 on my list, now, there's a couple people in the community that might be a little bit upset at me for saying this, but Alphonso Davies. To me was overrated. Yes. He didn't seem to be in the right position for me ever. Not only that, but it kind of forced my team building into a way that I wasn't really comfortable with some of the players. I much preferred Ferland Mendy.
I'm with your logic because I used him because I packed him, and that first weekend league, I did struggle with him, and I couldn't believe it. From a statistical standpoint, he has everything, and you're saying, well, why is this not working out properly? But as I gave more time, I felt that I got a lot better with him. So for me, Davies doesn't fall necessarily into overrated, but I also didn't love him the same way as other fullbacks. I'd actually prefer to have Robertson, or I would prefer to also have Mendy. As superior left backs, which is also, I think, going against the grain a little bit. I was going to build off of your Timo Werner selection, too, because another Chelsea move that just happened that a lot of people had excitement and they had hype about was Kai Havertz for his team of the season foot item because of the past. Remember last year, Kai Havertz, arguably the best, if not a top 3 team of the season foot item.
So cheesy.
Incredible.
Extra cheddar.
Headers everywhere, scored goals, he's got the big body. He scored the back post headers, everything that fit FIFA 19, he did it at the top level. Coming into FIFA 20, even though some of his previous iterations didn't deliver, we were thinking, maybe when he gets the team of the season, this is going to be special. And I used him a lot. I gave him probably too many opportunities. He just didn't have that extra sauce, that extra juice, something that made him stand out or made him a little more special.
Yeah, and I've tried the birthday item, and it was kind of the same thing. You know, where's that extra sauce coming from? Who knows? You know, I can definitely see what you're saying by the birthday item because it just didn't have that flavor that the last year's Havertz had.
And it's got to be like that, right? It has to be like that when you're looking at your attacking players because of the amount of options. Who else you got? I know you're ready to get into it. Tell me, who else do you have?
I got a surprising one. I'm going BPL.
Okay.
And I'm going team of the season Richarlison.
Wow.
A lot of people said he was one of the better players. I packed him in one of my elite rewards for weekend league, sold him for 1.3 mil. Couldn't be happier to take 1.3 mil from him. He seemed very boxy, and the same thing with Davies. I knock points down on cards that force your team building into certain ways. Richarlison has awkward links. He really only gets a strong link from Firmino. And so that kind of points you into a different way of going into your squad building. So you can either go full Brazilian with him, or you can go, you know, to a Firmino link. But I don't like that. And I'll tell you what, when I see Richarlison on an opponent's team, I'll tell you what, he's got the 5-star weak foot, sure. But he's very boxy and very easy for my center backs to contain.
And when you're listening to Pugzilla's terminology, when he's talking about boxiness, is kind of like being a little more clunky, kind of having a bigger body or just a general build that plays to more of a disadvantage in FIFA 20 because agility is so important in your attacking players. I really rate Richarlison, but I might have a bias because I'm also an Everton supporter. So I was just so happy to get this foot item. But I will say this, he is limited to where he can play on the pitch. I'd only use him as a striker. I don't think he's qualified to be a winger. I don't think he's qualified to be your number 10. And I've used him in both areas. And that is a limitation that you're going to have to take into consideration. I'm going to put Lautaro Martinez is there for me. And Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan is on my list, and kind of similar reasons to what you just brought up with Richarlison. I felt that he was very big body-esque, and I struggled with the quick turns and making space and being able to really penetrate into the box. It was a big challenge, and that's not good. That's a liability. That's an issue. That's a concern.
Right, and you know, I'll tell you one thing too. He's got all this jumping and heading, and it's irrelevant this year. So, you know, I think he does have power header trait if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, but you're right. Who cares? Let me ask, how many headers do you think you score per weekend league? Total, 30 games. 30 games. I mean, tell me how many headers.
When all else fails, I go to the Sam Allardyce, just lob it in the box tactic. But I mean, that's once in a blue moon, right?
I was just thinking about this because I've always kept stats from the weekend league. Let's say I score, 100 goals. So over 3 goals per game. That's pretty safe. I'll do that. So we score 100 goals in a weekend league. I wish I was lying, but it can't be more than 5 to 10% at max are going to come from scoring a header. So that's 5 to 10 goals. That's it.
Yep. Yeah. And it's definitely something for those cards that are supposedly good in the air.
Tell me, who else is on your list? I don't know how many people you put on your list.
I got two.
We haven't matched up yet.
I know, and I got 2 more BPL ones, and you're going to be kind of shocked by those.
I got one more Premier League one, so we got a chance. I got one more Premier League guy on my list.
Okay. I don't know which one. Let me go with this one first. Let me go Wan-Bissaka. Now,
Oh,
Again,
you don't like Basaka?
I don't
can't
like
believe
Basaka.
that.
A lot of my thing is, I'm taking points away. Maybe not their fault for the card, but squad building. Wan-Bissaka, who does he link to? He links to
I guess I never consider that either, Pug. I never consider the difficulty of getting them into a team with them being overrated or even overpriced or these categories. I always look at it just from their actual ability, but that's a challenge. It's something that's definitely worth considering. Continue. Sorry, I just can't believe Wan-Bissaka you don't like.
I'm telling you, Trent all day, and I know you're a blue and I'm a red, and that's fine. But Trent to me has got the complete package, and he links to the Salah on the right side, and he links to Van Dijk right next to him, and he links to Joe Gomez with a hyperlink. If you really, really wanted a right back, you're gonna go with Trent anyway because I feel Trent's stats are better. And then why would you go with Wan-Bissaka? There's really no reason to go with Wan-Bissaka in my opinion because he's not going to give you that extra special link to that special player.
I like Bissaka even over Trent in a lot of scenarios. He's just a little bit bigger. I like his body type more. But you're right from a statistical standpoint. If you're just reading off the list, then Trent has that. And if you're looking at links, now you're talking about a whole different argument. And I'm happy you brought up Salah because Salah's on my list. And you might dislike that's a Liverpool guy. I don't like Salah this year at all. I don't like the way he moves.
Hard to like.
I don't like how he wiggles. I don't like that he's limited with the weak foot. I don't like how he gets in behind. I don't like how he checks for the ball. Salah has never worked for me, and I've tried him. I've put aside our differences between squads that we support. I'm talking about getting wins here. That's still my main goal. And for whatever reason, Salah has not fit the bill. He's always been a guy that I question, and the same can be said with his team of the season foot item.
No disagreements from me. I mean, I've used Salah's card with mixed results in the past. Sometimes he really pops. This year, he didn't really pop for me, and I didn't force it, so I agree. He didn't make my list, but I agree. We're staying in the Premier League for this last one, for my last overrated team of the season pick. Team of the season, Ronaldo. I know, dude. I'm telling you, he's over. He forces you into using a Spurs link, and he's left-sided. If you're choosing a left mid, left wing player, who are you picking? Neymar. Every time. There's no reason to have Ronaldo. And just strictly speaking about in-game as well, I find him very boxy. Again, same thing with Richarlison. Yes, he does have the 5-star weak foot. Yes, he does have the 4-star skills. Those are great things for people that know how to use those skills. He can score goals. Yes, he can put the finishing touch. But he's still a little boxy for me.
See, our reasoning is different for how we're putting together overrated players because as an individual, I think Ronaldo is spectacular. But I'm not considering how difficult or the sacrifices you're going to have to make in order to get him into a squad. And you're right to say, well, who's not using Neymar? How are you getting Ronaldo into this squad? And when you do have to add in the likes of a Sissoko or an Ndombele, are you sacrificing better players in order to get those links for Ronaldo? So then it's a question of, is Ronaldo worth it? So I understand your argument. My last guy, and I'm not sure if you went into the Serie A a lot, I actually strongly disliked the Serie A team of the season top to bottom. And I thought I was going to like it. There's a lot of players I was excited for. And as I started using them, I was saying, where's the upgrade? I'm missing out on what I thought was going to be a major benefit. This guy was my biggest miss hit of the year. When he came out, statistically, I'm saying, all right, Manolas looks amazing. This is going to be one of those spectacular center backs. He is going to fit into so many squads, even with the difficulty of links, which you've brought up on many occasions. It's fine. Center back, we'll figure it out. No big deal. I thought he was awful. I didn't think he was as fast as the foot item said. I didn't think his movement was good. He wasn't aware. His defensive prowess wasn't there. It wasn't exciting. There were so many things that were wrong. I could not believe it.
I used him a lot at the start of the year, but it's kind of the same thing with Werner, right? Where like his main thing is pace, but then come team of the season, everybody's got pace. So his like one trick is kind of worn out by that time. But when's the last time I seen team of the season Manolas in a team in weekend league? Never.
That wraps up this segment. Let us know in the comments, overrated team of the season players. Do you agree, disagree with our choices? Who did we miss out on? But let's get into the guest showdown. Today's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
This week's guest showdown, we have the Jose Mourinho Challenge. Jose Mourinho has been known for some colorful interactions with the press. That's saying it nicely. So we have a bunch of quotes that Jose either said or didn't say, and myself and Pugzilla are going to write either true or false. Which ones did he say, and which ones didn't he say? I don't know if I made that more complicated, and Pug doesn't trust me. I don't trust Pug, so we've written down true and false on a piece of paper. Therefore, we can't copy each other. All right, first quote. Look, I'm a coach. I'm not Harry Potter. He is magical, but in reality, there is no magic. Magic is fiction, and football is real.
Okay, I got my answer.
I also got my answer. I think he said that.
I think it's false. Oh, it's true. Oh, damn.
All right. We're facing the greatest challenge there is in football, to play against an Italian team that only needs a draw. All right, what did you put?
I got true. I think I heard this one.
All right, let's do. Moving on. I studied Italian 5 hours a day for many months to ensure I could communicate with the players, media, and fans.
All right, I think I got it, Mike. I'm going with true.
Ricardo Caballo did not say that very well. Caballo. Ricardo seems to have problems understanding things. Maybe you should have an IQ test or go to a mental hospital or something.
I'm going to say true. It's almost so bad that you almost hope it's not true.
It's specific and it's offensive. This is right up his alley. All right, I told my players during the break, since we're here anyway, we might actually play a bit of football. Do you have your card up?
Oh shoot, we were supposed to hold him up. I had him just down here. I've been writing him down. I didn't realize I was supposed to show. I put true because I need to make up ground.
All right, next up. The linesman scored the goal. No one knows if that shot went over the line. You must be 100%.
I don't even know what this means. What does this even mean?
I think this could be true, but I put false.
I put true.
I don't know. Please don't call me arrogant, but I'm a European champion and I think I'm a special one. Interesting.
I got my answer up. It's up right now.
I don't like this. I'm going with true.
No
there
way!
We go.
Why would he say a special one and not the special one?
I tried to watch the Tottenham match on television in my hotel yesterday, but I fell asleep.
No, he's coaching Tottenham. Please be true. I wanted this to be true.
I want it to be true too, so we're going true.
Oh.
We figured that one was false. We just wanted it. We wanted it to be true.
Yeah, beyond hope.
8 years without silverware, that's failure. Wenger is a specialist in failure.
Ooh. Man, why do I feel like all these are true? Look at my list. I got two.
That one,
false on
I
the
put
list.
that as true. I think that's true.
Yeah, I got them all true except for two.
This is smoother. This is smoother. Right up his alley of clean cut. We really appreciate you coming on. Where can the people find you?
Twitch.tv /The Real Pugzilla. My Twitch name is The Real Pugzilla, and on Twitter at Pugs Not Drugs. PUGSNOTDRUGZZ. I'm often in the comments of Mike LaBelle's tweets, so if you see me in there, say hi. Thank you for having me on, Mike.
No, absolutely. We're really happy that you came on.
And roll on FIFA 21.
No, thank you so much for coming on. 3 months and some cushion, and we have a lot more content coming out for you ASAP.